Okay, so I had two pretty good sales days over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. I think it added up to, between the 2 days, something like, well, I mean, not crazy. It's not a crazy amount of money, like 200, like it's like $312, something like that. And I did what I typically do, and I put my packages out on the porch this morning, and I had a pickup request in with the post office. So my carrier usually comes every day and picks up my packages. It's never been a problem. And it may not be a problem, but today they usually send an email that says your package pickup has been completed, and then it has the number of packages that the carrier says she picked up. And my carrier usually bumps that number up a little bit from well, first of all, when I put the request in, I'm doing that at like, 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. There might be more sales that are going to go out in the morning. So I usually bump up the number of packages that are expected to be out there by 2 or 3, hoping that I get some more sales over the night, and I'm going to put more packages out to be delivered. So I did that as usual. There were 12 packages. I think I told them I was going to be dropping off 15, or I was going to be leaving 15. So my carrier usually doubles the amount. If I say there's going to be 6, then she says, I don't really know how it works, but I get an email that says there were 12 picked up. Or if I put out 8, it's going to say there were 15 or there were 16 picked up. I don't know why that's the case, but sometimes every time that pretty much happens. So today I got a strange email where what it normally says, your package pickup request has been completed. Today it said, we attempted to do your package pickup request, which doesn't sound right. And then it also said the number of packages picked up does not match the number of packages that you said were going to be there. So that number never matches because I'm always boosting it. In any event, when I didn't think too much of it, I just thought maybe there's a new procedure now. Somebody noticed that the carrier is saying she picked up more packages than she really did. I don't know. Like, I don't want to get anybody in trouble. If she gets paid more for picking up more, then good for her. I want her to get paid more. She does a great job, and I appreciate her work. Anyway, I wasn't too concerned about it, but then when my wife came home, she said, what's this? Who's this person on our cameras this morning, on our security cameras in the front of the house? And so I went to look at it, and it's at 9:45 this morning. There's a woman who walks up to the porch. She starts to knock on the door, and then you can see her looking at the packages, and then she pulls her hand away, and then these cameras only record for between like 10 and 30 seconds. So the video shuts off, and then the next time it comes up is me coming home. So I did not see the carrier come, and I didn't see what this woman did with, if she took those packages or not. So now I'm anxious that these packages have been stolen, and it's it's 12 packages. That's going to cost me a lot of money, and then all of those orders won't be delivered, and that's going to really potentially affect my seller rating. So I'm trying my best not to spiral out about this, but I am feeling pretty anxious about these packages. I've been having a bad sales month, and I don't really want to lose $300+ right now. So what would you do in this situation? I'm considering calling the post office in the morning and just checking, can anybody confirm that packages were picked up from my house? I'm also just going to consider waiting to see if there's any movement on the tracking numbers, because right now, typically she picks those packages up and then there's no scan on them until the next day. I'm not sure what to do. I am feeling anxious about it. This is going to be a big hit to my account if I lose 12 packages. But I guess there's not much I can do about it tonight, so I think I'm going to just carry on packing up the orders that came in tonight. There's 4 today, and the 5th one I'll tell you about a little bit later. So if you've ever had packages go missing this way, I usually don't concern myself about it, because I figure I have not been concerned about porch pirates in my neighborhood until today. And I've thought if one package goes missing every once in a while, then it's okay. I'll lose a little bit of money on that one order, but the amount of money I've saved by not having to go to the post office every single day just the amount of time saved is worth it. So I have not lost any packages by doing these porch pickups, but now I'm second guessing my whole practice here. So we'll see what happens tomorrow, and then I'll try to remember to report back, and we'll figure out what's happening. I mean, I really don't know what to do. So right now, all I'm going to do is pack these 4 orders, and I'm just going to do it right now. Okay, I've already pulled the 4 items that need to get shipped. I'm gonna go to add Sunday's packages to my tally board. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if these 7 packages are gone, I'm going to be very disappointed. And more than that, I think this could really affect my account on eBay. If I'll have to talk to the post office, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then if they tell me there was no pickup, then I'm going to have to call somebody at eBay and figure out if there's any options here, because I can't have 12. It was 13 now because there was a 7th. It's 13 packages. So I can't have 13 missing orders on my account. That will cause me some serious problems. I mean, I'll drop down to below standard, and I don't want that to happen. Okay, right here, my first order, this Van Halen LP vinyl record. I got this from a garage sale. I got a big stack of records there. I sold most of them already, I think. I sold a few of them in lots. Like, I did an auction of some Beatles ones because I didn't want to do the research to find out how much they were worth. So I paid like $1.15 a piece for all these records that I got there. And that's the same case with this one, $1.15. I sold it. I took an offer on it. I had it listed for $19.99. I took a $17 offer. I probably could have held out and got that full $20. I'm sure somebody would pay that for this Van Halen record, but I can't hang on to these things forever. So I took that offer, and I'm happy to make $17 off of $1.15. That's a pretty good return, I think. So I don't have any real record boxes. I'm waiting for an opportunity to find some on Facebook Marketplace or on Craigslist or something. I'm hoping that somebody who was in the record business will be wanting to get rid of some for free or for pretty cheap, because they're way more expensive than normal boxes. I'm not sure why, but they seem to be more expensive. So I haven't been wanting to buy any record boxes. Like, I think they're usually like $1.25 a piece, maybe. And that seems like, if I'm selling a record for $17, I can't afford to put it in a box that costs $2 or $1.25. I'm gonna just go ahead and use this foam that was in here. Might as well. So yeah, there's some boxes here, these little thin pieces of cardboard that I get from work, and I've used them before for records. It's not really what they're intended for, but works just fine. Maybe it works fine. I want it to go this way so the record can't slide out. And I want all of this cut off of here. Oh, come on. Start over. I can't very well put tape on the sleeve itself, but I want to tape this foam. I don't know exactly what these boxes are for. Like, where do they come from at work? I just see them every once in a while and I snatch them up. Usually I just use them for just like sheet cardboard. Like if I need some sheets for some reason, I've got these and I use them occasionally, not that often, but okay, that's better. All right, good enough. The real record ones are probably, I think their only real benefit is that they're quick. They'd be quicker than all of this rigmarole, but this was free, so I'll use it. Okay, I think that's good enough. Let's move this out of the way. How much does a record weigh? Why is this off? My scale was turned off for some reason, and now it's still on pounds and ounces, so that's good. 14 ounces. Same thing happened yesterday. LP 14. This is gonna be like 14 by 14 by 1, and it's going, where's it going? JL all the way to Massachusetts. Oh, I don't need that. Okay, that one's done. Coming up next is a Elton John hat. This is the Big Picture Tour. It says Citibank on the back, so that probably was, I'm guessing it was like Citibank Arena. New Age Incorporated KP brand hat. Bangladesh. I was trying to see if this was made in America. I don't know what year the Elton John Big Picture Tour was or what year that album came out, but this is definitely an older hat. And if memory serves me, I sold this hat to somebody a long time ago. And when they got it, they said they had it for a week. And then they said, I just don't really like this. I want to send it back. And it was right around October. I think it was possibly part of a Halloween costume. Like maybe it was like a stereotypical dad costume or something like that. Because it just felt weird. Like, why would you buy a hat like this and then say, never mind, I just don't like it? So I think it might have been a Halloween costume that was returned. They basically rented it from me and I paid for the rental. Now I'm not exactly sure if that's a true story because I had another, I had another Elton John hat, so could have been that one. In any event, this one that looks like most like one that somebody's dad would be wearing. Okay, Elton, gonna be light. 7 ounces, 10 by 7 by 3, and it's going to probably the same guy. No, it's going to a woman, MD in Arizona. All right, what's next? Got some undergarments here. This is a Playtex 18-hour classic support bra. It says 20/27. Not sure what that means. I got 3 of these, exactly the same from a estate sale. They're brand new, never been out of the package. So I snatched those up. I wasn't sure if they were going to be sellers, but it seemed like they would be. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that people need. So much of the stuff I sell is like collectibles or things that people just want, but they don't actually need. And then when you hit a downturn in the economy, sometimes people stop buying the stuff that they just want. But if you specialize in things that people need, it doesn't seem like the economy affects you that much. In any event, I sold this I paid $2 for it, sold it for $20. I sold that Elton John hat for $17.99. I paid up for that quite a bit, actually. I bought this sometime in 2024. I don't have the full date here. Sometime in 2024, I bought that at the Goodwill, and I paid $5.67 for it. So I would probably not pay $5 for a hat today, but I bought that one for sure. When was that? Oh yeah, 2024. This bra was purchased just a month ago, maybe month and a half, June 9th. And it's going to NE in NH, New Hampshire. Okay, one more. Before I pack this other one, I'm going to tell you about a camera that I sold today on Facebook Marketplace. So it was Yashica Mat. It's like a twin lens reflex. I'll put a picture on the screen. And I bought it at an estate sale. I was checking out at the estate sale, and then I saw this camera sitting on the floor right in front of the cashier. And I have a history with photography. I taught like black and white darkroom film photography years ago at a community college, and I like photography. It's one of my favorite things. So I always wanted one of these cameras, but they're kind of out of my price range, not the sort of thing I wanted to spend money on. I've had a lot of similar cameras, but lesser quality ones. And Yashica isn't even like, top of the line brand, but it's a good brand, and I liked their style. So I found this one at this estate sale. It was pretty expensive, but a lot cheaper than I could buy one if I wanted to. It was $175. And I just thought this might be my only opportunity to get this camera that I want. And so I grabbed it. It was like essentially brand new in the box, if it had ever been used. It came with the box, it came with everything that it would originally have come with, case, everything. So I'm assuming it was never used. It looked brand new, seemed brand new, and I listed that on eBay for like $400 maybe. Over time I lowered the price on it down. I got it down to $350, and even that I think was probably a little bit more than it's worth based on other sales of similar cameras, but none that were this condition. This is a brand new, beautiful, never used camera. So a few things, not that many. There are a few things I have cross-listed on Facebook Marketplace, and that camera is one of them. And I have received, it's probably been listed for, I don't have the notes in front of me to tell you. Maybe I do. Maybe I do. Okay, yeah. I bought that in March of 2024. So quite a long time ago. That's more than a year. I had it listed on eBay for $350, and then I put it on Facebook Marketplace where I might typically lower the price a little bit from what I have on eBay because I wouldn't have the fees and the shipping to handle. You know, I don't have to worry about the eBay fees if I'm shipping it on Marketplace, so it can be a little cheaper. But I decided to just stick with that $350 because it seemed to me like a good price for this camera. But not too long ago, maybe 2 months ago, I looked up comparables and they were selling for quite a bit cheaper than that. But again, not in this condition. So I decided to just leave it at $350 and wait and hope that somebody would buy it. And finally somebody contacted me. I've had multiple people contacting me on Facebook about it, and then just never, you know, that's the whole story of Facebook. Ask you if it's available and then never respond again. But this guy right off the bat, whatever he said sounded like this is a guy who is a normal person, not a whatever a Facebook person is. And so we did meet up and he gave me the full $350. And so that was a good sale for me because there were no fees. I doubled my money. I paid $175 for it and I made $175 off of it. So I was pretty happy with that sale today. He seemed like a nice guy. We stood in a parking lot and chatted for 15 minutes. Okay, I just packed this other thing up. I didn't even talk about it. It's a little sculpture, Danbury Mint, Fisherman's Cove. I got a number of these at the Goodwill. I think it was actually like a set that you would have bought them all together originally. They look like islands, and you know, one has a lighthouse and then they have a fisherman's bait shop or whatever, a hotel and all this stuff that would be on these islands. I guess it's probably supposed to be off the coast of Maine. Anyway, I paid $3 for it and I sold it for $20. This has been in the store since April. So what is it day? It's the end of July, so 4 months maybe. I still have a few more of these waiting to get bought. I'm ready to fish out here. It's not the most exciting thing to look at. Most of the ones there were like 6 or 8 of them there, and most of them had little parts broken off of them. So I left those and just took the ones that seemed like they were in decent shape. 10 by 9 by 7. And this is going to AM, South Carolina. So, all right, I'm going to buy labels for these 4 packages and then come back and tell you exactly how much money we made today. So stick around for a minute. Okay, all those boxes are ready to go. All those boxes have labels, and I'm going to just risk it again. I've already put in the pickup request for tomorrow from the USPS website, so we'll see if anybody shows up on the cameras tomorrow. I've gone into the settings of the cameras. Oh, I'll talk about this later. All right, let's go through these 4 packages. All right, the Danbury Mint Fisherman's Cove sculpture earned, after fees and shipping labels and everything, earned $12.85. So the Playtex 18-hour bra, I sold it for $20, and after my cost of goods and after my shipping label and after the eBay fees, I earned $16.43. The Elton John hat earned $11.19. The Van Halen record earned $14.99, 15 bucks. And then finally the Yashica Mat camera, $175. So today's total profit is $230 and 46 cents. So not too bad. If we could keep this up for the rest of the month, then I'd be pretty happy. But right now, our average profit per day is $111 and 79 cents. So I want that number to be 170 for the rest of the year, but we'll see how we do. Okay, so what I did today, I extended the time that the cameras shoot from 11 seconds to 30 seconds. Maybe I should do longer. I don't know. I don't know what happened with this woman. She didn't look like the kind of person who would be going around stealing packages off porches, but you never know. So, all right, that's it. Hopefully everything works itself out tomorrow, and I'll keep you updated. So thanks for watching. Tune in tomorrow to find out what happened. Subscribe if you like to. That will make it easier for you to keep track of everything I'm doing. So we'll see you again soon. Bye.